Well, it all started, obviously, with a trip to Fuerteventura, which was supposed to be a holiday and turned out to become a work trip, because I was in a hotel myself, and from my balcony, I had a tennis court in front of my balcony where a guy was training day in, day out, and he was playing hundreds and thousands of balls over the net, and he seemed a little bit stuck in a loop, right? And I don't know, from that moment on, my imagination took over, and I thought he would make a great movie character. And I actually reached out to him, and I got to talk to him a little bit, and he moved me like a person who was stuck and wasn't able yet to admit it to himself. So I think that was the starting point to that story. And in regards of the island, Fuerteventura makes it very easy for a filmmaker to get inspired. Like everything from a cinematic point of view looks stunning, and the contrast of the architecture of the holiday resorts and the volcanic landscapes are they're yelling at you like shoot a film here. And it was pure joy to explore the islands and find the locations and shoot the film.
I had very little experience with tennis, sadly, before shooting this. But one of the great things about the job is that you end up learning things that you didn't previously know, and you don't have to pay for the lessons. And so I had 3 glorious months having 4 tennis lessons a week at least, and got as familiar as I could with the game. My son still plays. I haven't touched a tennis racket since filming stopped, if I'm completely honest. But I loved it.
I love Dave very quickly. He on the page, he is, I don't know, there's something very transparent about him. I always thought he's someone who you see into very quickly, and he hides behind a lot of performed ease and confidence. But I think anyone who looks at him for more than a minute can see that there's a lot of pain and confusion, and he's lost. So yeah, he was a treat to sort of get to know, and yeah, and you know, as ever, you can read something and feel like it's far away, and then as the process continues, you realize how much you might have in common, and you bring more of yourself than you thought you might. And
I told Jack that the movie is about him, his character, because
he said that it was about me to me.
No, the funny thing is, the funny thing is that I started to write the script when I had no kids, and I ended up finishing it when I was a father of 2. So at the beginning of the process, I think I had slightly more in common with the Tom character, and ended up making a movie about the Dave character. And I think this is how I convinced you.
You went missing in the middle of the shoot as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Never came back.
Yes. First of all, I always mingled with the idea of shooting something in English, and Fuerteventura seemed to be the perfect place, like neutral ground. It's not like going to London or elsewhere to, shoot my English language debut. Fuerteventura felt right away like the place where it could happen, because there are as many British drunk people on the island as there are Germans. And it felt natural to go there with a British cast. And I think that is almost the only difference from my experiences with shooting in Germany with the German cast. I mean, we were like a crew of Spanish, German, and British crew members and cast members, and in the end, it was like any other good collaboration, and I think this is what matters most, that we had a connection. I was like super grateful to have these 3 actors, plus Dylan, by the way, who sits over there. Dylan, can you say hi for a second? He's the Anton character.
Well, working with all of you was really great. I mean, Sam, Stacey, Jack, apart from being amazing actors, you're all really amazing people. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It's one of those productions that will stay closest to our hearts, honestly, because it felt like the best you know, like when you start the career as a producer, you make like those students movies where all live together and like it's very, very, everybody spends time together, and then you become more professional, the projects get bigger, the budget gets bigger. There are a lot of agents and reps in between you and the talent sometimes. And you lose a little bit of this feeling. And I think this project like really brought back to us both, Jonas and me, the love of filmmaking big way, because literally like we had like a space in the hotel that was operating. We were shooting in a running hotel, and we had a space where there was costume, there was makeup, there was a holding space for extras. There was like, I mean, to ask like actors of that level to go on to an adventure like this is quite something. And everybody went along, like, and then in the beginning we had like a hotel for the crew, and then like all the cast also moved into that hotel because like everybody was just spending time. So even on a day off, you walked by the pool and everybody was there, and it gave us really back this production that you have sometimes in university and film school, and like that like transported into the chemistry of the filmmaking, and it was really special. And it didn't feel like a vacation, because if you're working 18 hours a day, it has a different vibe.
Still a job.
But
still a job.
Of course, if you can jump into the pool in between, it helps. And it was definitely one of the most fun productions we had in a long time.
Yeah.
We worked hard.